OSHA certified way to work on a 25-inch lifted Cummins.
Who is OSHA?
Oh yeah, we don't care about her. We had a kind of a little bit of a catastrophe. We put a billet rocker box on the big truck, and it actually started leaking and blew the gasket out in the back and blew oil all over our white suspension on the test drive. So that was really, really nice. Made a really, really good mess. And now we put a stock rocker box back on it because I'm not having that, and we got to see why this is leaking. We're going to put a new gasket in it to start with, but I don't know, bud. This is our first experience with a billet rocker box, and I'm not really loving it. Down. I don't know who made it. There's not a brand on it, but we give you a thumbs down for the product. Can't even torch you because you didn't even put your name on it. We wouldn't anyways, but still. Yeah, so me and Bubba spent about an hour yesterday wiping oil off of the white suspension, which was just wonderful. That's exactly what you want to do with your freshly built white powder coated SEMA truck, is wipe oil off of it. So, yeah, we still got to get the shifter done. Bub's going to have that finished up today. We do have all the powder coat in for the single cab. Chad killed it. Also, check out these JTXs. I mean, they're not big enough for my taste, but they are sick. Let's go look. What we got? All right. Got some bag mounts, ladies and gentlemen. Powder looks way better from Chad. It's a lot thicker. You can just tell the powder coat's thicker. And then the white is a lot more, like, everything is proper this time. Good job, Chad. We knew we had him for something. Yeah, that's Bubba's baby girl, his original baby girl. Actually, that would be Toby.
You can have 2 baby girls.
You can? Well, you got like 3 or 4 because you got babies, you got baby girls, you got, yeah. But we got all the powder back. Need to get these bag mounts put back on. Think we should load them today or tomorrow? Because if it's going to rain all day, I ain't going to take them today.
Free bath.
It don't end that way. You think free bath, and then it rains on a white truck, and it's all just like speckled. Brian, I think it needs to be a little taller. No, you wouldn't be able to reach it then.
No.
We got, how many rock lights we got in here so far? Probably what?
35-ish?
35? Okay, yeah, we got to go for 50. We got to go for 50. Oh, the center of the truck's not even touched?
No, that's just front and rear.
So we got Kevin's F450 in here putting rock lights on it. He texted me and said, hey, I'm going to leave the truck here. And there's 80 rock lights in the back seat. Put as many on as you want. And I'm like, oh, my God. And we thought it'd be great because of how big it is. But it's actually worse. We thought it'd be easy because you just look up and then you do it. But then you have to look up or stare up the entire time you're doing this. So thank you, Kevin. It's been pretty awful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 97 rock lights later. We're going to keep adding them until we run out, though. Yesterday I looked and Brian was napping on the drive shaft right here.
Almost.
No, you were like Papa squatted up in here, though.
I was sitting between the 4 legs. Chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got clean.
Okay. Don't use. You want a microfiber?
I got one with spray.
Woo. Oh yeah. We had to use this teal rocker box for now because that's all we had, but it'll do. We'll get a white one or a different billet one. I might holler at the boys over at Point Blank and get one of their new billet ones. Definitely need to recycle this one. I don't know whose it is.
Cue the live action.
Bubba's got the air ride brackets back on, ready to put air into it, make sure we ain't got no leaks. You ready, Captain? Get it, bro. Climb up here. Oh, we're about to hear a lot of noises. All right, guys. Get the front up to about 60. Yeah, well, that one, we'll do 70s. Look good? You can go ahead and let the lift down.
Yeah, I'll have to take it down. Ready?
Yeah, you want to see if there's any air leaks first? Okay, we'll go for it. Yeah, buddy. I need to put some fuel in this thing.
She's holding her own weight.
Baby girl's back. Woo. Still can't get over how much I love this interior. I kind of put it in 0.5 on the camera where y'all could get like a view of the driver's position of this truck. Just the single cab with the 12-inch screen is still crazy to me. And then the full center console. And actually, out of all my trucks, none of them have it except this one. The camera in the rear. So it's even got auto lights, fog lights, everything. She's a unit. I don't think we can sell baby girl. All right, I'm kidding. It's for sale. Come by it. We need another mega cab. Yeah, let's get this thing pulled out. All right, guys, I wanted to take some time to show you arguably probably the most unique fifth gen collection in the country, and it will probably stay that way for a really long time, just because not because of the amount of trucks, just the trucks that are in this grouping of fifth gens. These are all my personal trucks. We use them for shows. One of them's my daily driver, one of them's my tow pig. Other two are straight show trucks. I appreciate y'all watching the channel. It helps us do this stuff, you know, be able to travel to shows and sell merch and run the shop and just be here and function the way that we do. So appreciate y'all for watching. I wanted to take a moment and kind of show y'all the collection and all the trucks. And also what I want you to do at the end of this video, I want you to comment your favorite truck. But let's take a look. So let's start with the newest addition to the fleet. We've got my 20 model limited. It does have the white interior. I don't know if you've ever seen the white interior in these trucks, but it's kind of like a tannish beige and blue. It's a very, very pretty interior. I've never had one with this color interior, and I've always wanted it. So I was really happy to grab this truck off of Garrett Ness. Appreciate him. He actually special ordered this truck, and he's had it since new. Barely drove it. It didn't have hardly any miles on it, and it had a brand new engine in it because this truck actually used to make about 1,200 horsepower, but he turned it back to stock and kept the built motor, and then I bought it. But it's just leveled, a little bit of color matching. We got to finish it. We got to get our touch on it. I do have some JTX forged wheels coming in for it. Obviously, you know we got to get those, and we do have to finish the color matching, like I said. But on this one, we are going to go a little bit higher in the front because it kind of nosedives. But like the plans for this one are fairly simple. We are going to probably do some turbos and a built trans just to kind of spice it up a little bit so I have a fun daily. But that one is probably the most near stock one that we have here. The next one we need to look at is the single cab. Now, if you're kind of new to the channel or you've been here for a long time, this is actually probably the reason that you watch the videos is this truck. It was kind of our first truck to really get some attention and to do good in the show world. I've always liked the show truck stuff, but I was more into the horsepower, and then this truck is kind of what took me more into the show truck side, and I actually liked it a lot better. I still like the performance stuff, but I really like the show side of it. So let's take a look at this one. This is kind of, we call this one Baby Girl. She's just kind of always stayed around, and I don't know if I'll ever sell it, but she might leave one day. So this truck's about as flawless as it gets as far as paint and everything underneath, because it literally does not get drove. Besides the one rock chip that happened when it was on a trailer. So this is a 22 model truck. I've had this truck for 18 months. It came in January of last year. I special ordered the truck. I spec'd it. It's got a lot of weird and funky options. I have made a couple videos going over this if you want more detailed like descriptions of everything with the truck and you want to see all the interior and all that. But yeah, besides that little rock chip, I do have to get that repainted. And one of my bed caps started flaking, which is just enough to make me mad. So I'm going to get that repainted. Don't worry, people, I'm going to fix it. We just now fixed a lot of the powder in the front. It has a Flight Fab bag kit front and rear. It's about 6 to 8 inches ride height, and it'll go all the way up to 10 and all the way down to stock. So Miles killed it on that bag kit. I've not really had any problems out of it besides busting bags, because I like to lean the truck. It has nothing to do with Miles. It's all, that one's 100% my fault. I like to lean it sideways. So we got our JTX forged wheels. This was actually one of the first special order sets that I had. They do have my name in the lip, and they do have the FP floaters. And they could use a polish now that I'm looking at them. But if you'll go to the front here, you'll notice we have our Overkill Fab grill. That thing actually lights up right behind the FP. We got our Morimoto headlights that are color matched. Every single thing is painted on this truck that you can, painted or powdered. The hood badges, the mirrors, the cab lights, the antennas, everything's painted. We got King shocks up front, Striker 4-link, a lot of chrome plated pieces underneath, Flight Fab track bar, Signature Metal Fab sway bar, just everything. And also the painted fender wells. The painted fender wells is probably my favorite part of the truck. We do have to do the big truck's fender wells, and we're not going to do this one or that one because I drive those a lot, so we don't need to do that to them. But yeah, the painted fender wells is a nice touch. It just looks awesome. We even painted the rock lights. Moving on to the back, this was kind of when we first started doing a lot of paint work. My previous painter did all this, but we're no longer in relation. But we did fill in the tailgate. It doesn't have a badge. There's usually a bunch of holes there. We filled the tailgate in. We moved the air management underneath. So we got our air tanks and everything right there. You can see all the chrome plating and the axles and all that stuff. This truck's very, very detailed. It's one of the first builds that I just nitpicked every single nut and bolt and made a really, really detailed truck. This is also the truck that we kind of started the painted taillight trend with. Now, people have painted them before, but not on 5Gs, and especially not solid white over your running light. But the running light actually shines through it the way we painted them. But yeah, beautiful truck. This is probably still one of my favorite builds by far, and y'all's too. We've even got the color match steps with our pads on them and the matching floor mats. Kind of a lot of the hype of this truck was the custom interior. I mean, it has power seats with memory, full center console. It's got the camera in the mirror. It's got the 12-inch screen and a single cab and a lot of other weird, funky options. And it only has 598 miles. So this thing's 18 months old and has almost 600 miles on it. And it's going to stay really, really low until it sells. We move on to the Tow Pig. Now, the Tow Pig, it is a limited. It does have the black interior. It doesn't have the white interior like that truck. We did color match some cab lights. We've done lights amount of color matching. We actually bought this truck off New Jersey Truck King, so it did have some color matching done already, which saved us some time, thank goodness. And I wasn't going to turn it down. It takes a while to get stuff back from paint and stuff, so I was like, well, this one's already got a little bit of color match. We'll buy this one. And it looks really good, and all the paint work's held up pretty good, so they did good on that one. But as far as what I've done to this truck, just maintenance. I did add a Striker coilover kit to the front. If you have a Dodge with 6 inches of lift or above, there's no reason you shouldn't put a Striker coilover kit on it, because this thing rode like crap when I bought it. I put the Striker kit on it, and then I could run 80 or 90 down the interstate with one finger on the steering wheel with no shake. It literally takes so much vibration out of these trucks if you put coilovers on them. So 10 out of 10 recommend that kit. Huge shout out to Kyle, because I believe I got the first kit that was low mount. So like he had the coilover kits for like a 10 or a 12-inch truck, but he didn't have them for like 6 to 7 inch height. So this is a 6-inch ready lift kit on this truck that we are going to be changing out. But when we put the coilovers in the front, it did raise it up to about 7 inches. So the toe pig's relatively just kind of, you know, more mellow. It does have a little bit of color matching in the back. It does have like painted tails, and some of the plastics are painted. The tails on this one kind of match that one a little more. And then you can see that we did the tails on this one because we made that one in the single cab match. But now these trucks both see the road, so I kind of like them having the smoked look instead of the fully painted lens, for legal purposes at least. But yeah, this is my daily driver / tow pig. We got a 5th wheel set up in the bed. If you are pulling a lot of trailers to shows, 10 out of 10 recommend the 5th wheel. I love it compared to having a gooseneck ball. But we did save the best for last. So we do have the infamous G56 swap truck that I bought off Gabe. Obviously there's nothing left of that. There's so much stuff we've redone under the hood, under the truck. Suspension's obviously a slight bit different, and we painted the entire truck, so there's no two-tone. We got rid of the dually swap. Like literally it's a completely different truck. So starting off in the front, we got chassis and limited bumpers with white rigid lights, overkill fab grill, Alpha Rex lights. We did a hood stack from Travis over at Joy Designs. We got frame plates. Also, I'm sure I've shown enough of this lift, and if you've seen it, the lift size is a 25 inch. It's from Resurrected Fab. He designed and cut out the lift. We installed it all and powdered it all and put it on there. Chad over at Alpine Customs actually powdered it. He did a really, really good job on the axles and stuff. I was tickled with him. It was his first set of axles he's ever done, and he killed it. White's a hard color too. But we ended up actually repainting the entire truck because the paint was trashed on it from Gabe. It had a lot of chips, a lot of dents, and then we had the brown at the bottom. And it was actually easier to paint the entire truck than it was to just fix what was wrong. So we did get light-up door handles from Mid-South LED, and we painted the mirrors. I mean, we painted everything the same that we do on every truck. And then the wheels, 30 by 16, white and milled face, white backs, Prodigy from JTX with floaters. Love those wheels. And then Fury finally came on board for one of our builds. Glad to be working with those dudes. I've got their tires on my dually too, but this is their new 44 16/50/30. They look great. Everyone's commenting like, when are you going to put bigger tires on it? Guys, these are 44s. This is the biggest DOT road legal tire you can buy for a 30, and they're small. That's how big this truck is. If it wasn't a mega cab, it'd look even worse. But we've still got some small details to do on the truck. We got to put a bed liner in it and stuff like that. The inside of the bed is still gray. As far as in the back, we did shave the tailgate handle and the middle of the tailgate. That's awesome. That's honestly one of my favorite parts of the truck. And we're going to relocate that button somewhere and not tell anyone, that way they're not always dropping our tailgate. And let's see. So we have our air management right here, all our bag stuff. We just finished up the new airlines with white loom on them. They look really good. We got all the rock lights done. Banff actually is our lighting sponsor for this truck. Huge shout out to those guys. These lights are bright. And then we got Driveline Plus with the custom drive shaft. Don't worry, we are going to be taking it off in a couple weeks and powdering that yoke. So calm down, people. But love this truck. Love how it turned out. There is some stuff I want to change. We might change the bumpers. I don't mind the rear bumper. Front bumper isn't exactly my favorite. Everyone wants me to put stock bumpers back on it, but guys, it's so big. I don't think stock bumpers would look good, but it might. You know, we might end up putting stock bumpers back on it. We will see. So that's pretty much the entire collection. I hope y'all enjoyed a quick review. We do have Rocky Top Diesel Shootout coming up. Hopefully I get to see a bunch of you there, and hopefully y'all get to see the fleet there. So come by, see us. Another reminder, if you're not subscribing by now and you're seeing this, what do you do? Like, why are you here? See y'all.